I'd like to call the Wednesday, February 21st, 2024 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Brian Snedecor, lead us, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Former Mayor of Hobart here today. I heard about all the excitement, said I gotta start coming to report meetings. Approval of minutes, do I have a motion? So, second. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Aye, opposed, motion passes. Any public comment? Not yet. Yet being the key word. Clerk Treasurer, claims approval.
Okay. We have payroll from 2/16 in the amount of $504,979.05.
Move to approve payroll.
Second, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved.
Water claims in the amount of $206,052.06.
I move to approve the water claims.
Second, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved.
Sewage claims in the amount of $724,401.83. One item was a bond payment in there.
I move to approve the
Sewage claims.
sewage claims.
Second, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
And then civil city claims $1,027,249.16.
Move to approve the civil city claims.
Second, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
I also have a Baker Tilly engagement letter. Baker Tilly helps the city of LaPorte with multiple things, including sewage and water capital planning, budgets for us, comprehensive financial plan for the whole city, accounting and reporting support. So I'm just asking for board approval for our annual Baker Tilly contract.
So moved.
Second, and again, this is something that's been very valuable to all the department heads, to everybody, to have all this information so we know where we're headed, know what we look like in the future. Further discussion?
Just a quick question, so I know the rates are all in, but is there a cap on the rates?
You know what, I don't know.
I didn't see one in there.
We have different,
I don't know that it's necessary, just wondering if there's.
yeah, there's different people associated with different projects. So I got, for instance, I use Paige Sansone, she's a partner. We use Eric Walsh for certain things, he's a partner, but then there's also, people that are on their teams, yeah, Ross and all sorts of people. So they all have different rates, and I think that's, we're billed based on who's helping us with each
So
of
no
them.
cap, it's just for events?
Yes.
Because unfortunately then, this information leads to, I'll come running in the recorder's office and say, hey, we need to do this with it, based on some of the other questions. So I think that's why there's no cap, because we create sometimes our own issues.
But these are for specific items that are aligned, are outlined in the contract, so.
When you do like, so they've obviously worked with us on the annexation,
Sure.
the fiscal plan. We do a separate contract
Yes.
for that because they'll do,
Yes.
Mr. Coach, like they'll bill a flat amount to do a fiscal plan for us on the annexation. So that's required by statute, goes before the city council, but, it's very specific by statute what has to be in there. And it's not something that our staff is capable of doing. It's very specific, like identifying the costs of the annexation in the sense of utility costs, police costs, and fire costs, all the additional costs that go into serving 39 or serving, this project on the south side of town. So, those usually run $3,000 to $6,000 depending on the fiscal plan.
And for each of those special elements, we'll know going in roughly what that is gonna be.
Yeah, right, correct, yeah. But then they do provide ongoing advice to us
All
on
sorts,
water
yeah,
projects.
all sorts of things. Like right now, we're getting ready for the water and sewage, rate changes, annual rate changes and garbage rate changes. So they'll audit our billing for us to make sure that annually, we are on the right track, for billing. I mean, they do all sorts of different projects for us, so.
So we have to make sure too, like when we're billing, that we're not underbilling in the sense of not collecting enough revenue to service all of our utility fees, right? So, and that includes the.
To pay for our bond
right?
payments, yeah,
Right,
right.
right. So it's very, very complex. Anytime you do, of course, you're on the school board, you do a bond, right, that goes out to the, that's regulated by the SEC, but the very specific financial things that have to be, so, way above, I mean, this is, every school corporation we work with, they're the best. I'm sure there's other good public accountants out there, they're very good at this municipal, area of account.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye. Aye, opposed, motion passes.
I also asked Annette to add, the back truck payment to the agenda, although now that I'm thinking about it this morning, the financing was already done at Board of Works. The bond is already, or the financing is done. The wire is being sent from US Bank, it's not being sent from our bank account, so I don't really even think that we need board approval for that. So, we don't even need to table it, we can just remove that item from the agenda.
We was gonna bring the back truck here today, but since we're all got something to do right after the meeting, I'll come.
Motion looking to take a free drive.
I think it'd be more cool if you just want to take it.
I've got some demos.
All right, department head reports, please be to the point and brief, because like Jerry said, we all have a lot to do today, so Jess Gruber, communications.
Good morning. I'll be quick. If you notice anything wonky going on with the website, we are aware. Roscoe and I are working on it with the webmaster at Clear Lakes to try to get it figured out. Basically, I think we outgrew the server. I don't speak tech, so Roscoe could probably tell you more about that. But I think we've had a lot of traffic on our website, and I think it's a good problem to have. Is that bigger?
Yes.
There?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a good thing. We're working to get it fixed. Should be fixed by the end of the week.
We don't want any wonky.
Correct.
Andrew Smith, HR.
Good morning, board members. Nothing today.
At West Transport. Mark Schreiber, Parks.
Morning. Just want to introduce a new employee of ours, our new assistant director, Emily Archibald. Emily's in her third week with us. Her position largely is in charge of development, but also takes on other operational responsibilities with the park department. And I will let the mayor grill her.
Emily, welcome, and you've come 3 weeks, and you'll come before.
Yes, of course.
What are your job duties?
So I will be doing development and donor relations and grant writing, basically whatever I can do to continue to make the park department flourish.
As well as, now, again, don't feel pressured, but Pearl Jam will be at Lake Fest. Don't feel any pressure, but that's been a commitment I made, so.
Okay, well, if you give us the money for it, that'd be great.
Been around Mark too long with that answer already.
Yeah.
You want to tell them my background a little bit?
Yeah, so I am a LaPorte native, born, raised here. Grew up going to Scott Park as a little kiddo. Went to Ball State for English literature and had my experience in the nonprofit realm with Shared Foundation. Now I'm over here and I have a little bit of experience being a gubernatorial appointment for the Indiana Disability Rights Commission and being a student liaison for the drug task force that they had back here in 2012. So I'm excited to delve right back into all everything that's going on here.
Welcome to the team. Welcome. Bird Cook, Lee,
I have no report, Mayor.
Chief Snyder.
Just to report that applications are out at Station 1 for hiring for formulating our 2-year hiring list, and they will be online here by the end of the week.
And also, I know we had a fire at Kingsport this weekend. Again, this brings to light the issues that go on in Kingsport Avenue. Again, we need to start fresh there. The housing situation, people should not have to live in the type of conditions they are. From the landlords, also from a law enforcement perspective and code enforcement, the drug dealing that's happening there that we've addressed. But this has to be a priority. I call it Coonwood Park. I know people have other names, but you know, when you can stand in a home, in a rental, and push the walls over just by standing there, that's unacceptable and important. And so, Andy, you're seeing it firsthand. Thoughts? I would say you guys have been out there too often.
We are, yeah, we've had more than our share of fires in that area. I mean, those houses were built for a specific purpose back in World War II times, and they've just not been finished. This house that we dealt with on Saturday morning, once we closed that, it was up on blocks. That's basically what the foundation of the house was. So, again, something people should be expected to do.
And there are children in that neighborhood, quite a few of them, so, yes.
Was that the one, Chief Snyder, where you had issues contact with Miller?
Yes.
And, this was another one where, they were working on it, they had left around 9 o'clock at night, we were not able to make contact until 5 o'clock the next day. The fire happened at 1:30 in the morning, and we were not able to make contact until 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon, because we just don't know what the traffic was down. Finally, the water department was able to open up and get us some information. It would have been nice to have that available at the time, because when we located that property, the entire property was left open to the homeowners as well as anybody else who would have wanted to enter that stuff.
Why wouldn't we consider a rental registry? It's a good idea. Thank you. Chief Buell.
2 quick things. We have a conditional offer of employment to Devin Flanagan. He next week has to complete his site and physical eval, and then perf. Hopefully we can get him into ILEA by April 29th. We found out some ways we can kind of speed that up a little bit, so we're looking forward to get that done. We have another candidate that looks good, that he's in school right now doing an internship. He completes that in May, and then we'll move forward on him.
Jeff Batchelor, Code, Streets.
So with the streets, we're Passion, we're Total Passion throughout the whole city. And then for code, we're also taking and we're gonna take and start going through all the neighborhoods and that stuff for houses that need to be painted. Send little warnings out that show us that you're gonna take a quick course about it, your properties and that stuff.
Nicholas Legal.
We have one item on the agenda.
Cody Python. Nick Engineering.
Just wanted to make a note, we have regularly, quarterly, essentially, T-Rock meetings, Transportation Resource Oversight Committee. Those are an oversight committee way down the line. With NERC, we review existing funded projects. There were a number of people that showed up in the meeting yesterday with some false information, to make sure it was out there that the role of the committee is to have oversight on schedule and budget of existing funded projects and the table scope for NERC. Public information meeting, and the purpose of the meeting. So we want to make sure that everybody knows we don't know where that information came from.
Jerry Jackson, Voice One.
As I mentioned, our back truck arrived and it's a beauty. It should serve us really well. Serve Broadband has established a private network interconnecting some water and sewer facilities, 4 sites, 3 pump stations, and a water tower. We've hooked up to it, can talk, it's secure, it's private, and so far so good, very reliable and fast. Big step forward, we got 20 odd more sites to be connected.
How does that help you, Jerry?
All the alarming You know, as a pump station has a power loss, has a pump failure, whatever, all that alarm comes over that network. We've got 30 odd sites remotely, water's got a bunch too. They'll all be interconnected, so we can pull alarm, and we also get run, because if you pay attention to the run day, you see problems coming up instead of waiting for something to fail.
So before this, I would think we have to go out and physically look at the.
We've got we once did that, we now have a mix of cell-based, and, which is expensive, and, radio-based, which has been pretty unreliable. So we're going to a very more reliable system, should be good.
Tim Warner, Water.
Good morning to the board. I just wanted to update everybody real quick on the Kankakee well. So we have that back up and running now. We have some electrical issues out there. And replace some motors. We are starting to clean the NIPSCO. Found out it was straight current coming from the NIPSCO side of the power grid. It was kind of strange. Last Monday, well, this all started on Thursday. They denied that there was any problem, and also we lost all communication with the wells on Monday night. We dispatched a crew out there. NIPSCO was out there in the middle of the night changing transformers. So we were able to get the linemen to sign that there was straight current going through the well field. We took about $50,000 worth of damage on motors out there, so we will be pursuing NIPSCO to pay for those motors. We have all the documentation we need from the motor shops, and where the winding on the motor was fried was definitely from straight current. Now that well field is up and running, we took the warranty well out for cleaning. That's annual program. We pump and flow test on them to see if those capacities have dropped down. It's a lot easier to get those wells back when they start to drop off and once it becomes an issue. So we'll be taking that well field out. Actually, it was taken out of service Monday. We're hoping to get it back clean by the end of the week, and we'll have 2 days of back-to-use testing before we put that well back in service. But other than that, that's all I have this morning.
Is there still typically in those situations where they typically pay reimbursed for the damages?
It's always a fight with them, but I think we got enough documentation this time where it shouldn't be an issue. I'm hoping it's not going to be an issue. Yeah.
Craig Phillips, Plan.
Good morning. Other than some ongoing work with regard to grants on several fronts and a later item on the agenda for the comprehensive plan, I'm going to yield my time to David, who has an important announcement for the community. He's been working on a project in regard.
By the way, thank you so much for the quiet zone, David. 3 years it's taken. We're almost there. I mean, basically heard a few horns, but they're way down, and Norfolk Southern is taking care of those leftover signs that they need to do. Unbelievable work by you for something that the community has wanted for 20 years.
Thank you. David Heinold, Assistant City Planner. Not just me. I just wanted to give a quick background on the quiet zone. I know there's some questions out there. The main line is parallel to Lincoln Way, is the only tracks that apply for the quiet zone, so we qualified because of the work that we did at Boston, Pulaski, Madison Street. So there's a median bollards there in the middle of the road to keep people safe in the lane rather than going around the gates, because there's not a gate item on the other side, on the left side of the road there. Just continue to work with us, to keep us safe, allow us to keep the quiet zone. We'll have to review this and continue to work at it and becoming a safe community. There is a link available on the city's website. You go to cityoflaporte.com. It'll take you to the Federal Railroad Administration website, and you can submit there whenever you have. They'll still blow their horns in case of an emergency if they see something on the tracks. So, about that.
Thank you. Those department heads that do not have business before the board, well, enjoy your day. New business, request for use, Happy Frog.
Good morning. We have 2 requests for use this morning. The first one is from the owner of Happy Frog. And they would like to do an artisan market, an outside market on Sunday, March 17th. They're asking to block off the block of State Street between Clay and Jackson. Excuse me. And they have talked to their neighbors. There's actually no other businesses open on Sunday except for the liquor store, and they will end before the liquor store entrance, so it wouldn't affect them in any way.
So I'll tell you, it's been great to see how Happy Frog has developed. Dana has worked extremely hard. She's started with just a small rental place and has developed into what it is. And I fully support this. Police, I assume, police and fire are okay. I would ask for a motion to approve. So second, all in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed, motion passes.
I did forget to mention, she did supply her certificate of insurance also. The second request is from Rusted Knuckles, who, I want to say this is their 5th or 6th year of sponsoring the official LaPorte Cruise Night. It is June 8th this year, and they've gotten permission from the state highway already, and they are looking to use our city streets. There's several of them, but it's the basic turnaround that they use for the 4th of July parade. He uses the exact same route. So that is his request.
Welcome to Cruise Night, Chief.
I think that was his first day on duty. I had to talk to him about cruise night, so yeah.
That's right, I'm getting used to it.
Got a motion to approve? So second, discussion? All in favor? Aye. Aye, motion passes.
Yep, I'm ready. Thank you.
City, let's see, city attorney reduction agreement from Ruby Lewis.
Thanks, Mayor. This is, we were hired in 2017 by the city of LaPorte to serve as counsel for the city. At the time, our monthly retainer agreement was $8,200 a month. It's not been increased since then. We're requesting an increase to $9,000 a month, so a $700 increase. The only other change would be when there's litigation going forward, the rate was $175 an hour, it would be $200 an hour. And anytime, Mayor, important is, if there's any technical litigation or separate, then we confirm that with you first before we can do that. Most of the outside litigation, to the extent there is any, is often covered by insurance, by the city's insurance carrier, and outside counsel is retained. So oftentimes we're not handling the outside litigation.
Well, from my perspective, we've appreciated the partnership. You've done a great job. Nick personally, Ruby Lewis, Mr. Jones as a team, so.
And I did check with Ms. Parkin, I think we have a written budget.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Motion to approve. So second.
Does that mean you think there's a 7 years, very reasonable?
Yeah, again, I'm not trying to talk about my fees here, I guess, but yeah, this, to not increase at all in 7 years, I think the mayor's obviously worked hard to increase everybody's salary over that period of time, so I think it's like a 7 or 8% increase just to give you from 2017.
Yeah, well, on the bottom line, we can just put a couple of people on the way out. That covers all consultations that the city has,
Right.
except for the litigation, just saying.
And we, even though we bill it as a retainer, a monthly retainer, we keep track of our time internally. If we broke out our hourly rate, it would be like $150 an hour, $140, the amount of time and the time that the mayor may call me from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. I think 10:08 is the latest he's ever called me, maybe later, but, yeah, it covers calls at any time of the day.
Not 8 a.m. It's not 10 or 8.
There's no double time for after hours.
No. I'm sure you all have received those calls too, so.
Hey, Jerry Jackson's returning the favor on Saturday nights at 7:30.
Yeah.
This past Saturday. All right, motion to approve what we have, and a second, all in favor? Aye. Aye, motion passes. So I hope you The worst thing that would happen is get your new agreement and then walk out.
I do have to go to federal court.
Mid-clinic,
We have an agreement, CMAQ agreement, this is for the first of our electric vehicles, we had a grant, last year. This is 2 electric vehicles that we need, 1 wastewater, water, service truck, and then a UTV. That's recommended approval. And again, this is just in that LPA agreement.
motion to approve. So second, discussion. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion passes. Chief Buell.
I'll verify, propose this request. Officer Hagler, K-9 officer, would like to retire his dog. He's been on 8 years, dog has some health issues, it's going to start costing the city quite a bit of money, and he's just not capable of doing it anymore. So he put in a request to retire the dog. I approved that on February 8th. I think it's a good idea to move on from at this point. I don't know logistically if he has to buy the dog for $1 to release us some liability. I'd like to put that in there as well, but we still have 3 canines on duty, so we're good to go.
Motion to approve. So second, discussion. Thank you for service at Dallas. And we certainly appreciate the K-9 program and the difference it makes in our community.
Huge, yes.
Well, it sounds like Dallas is going to become Officer Hagler's personal.
Yes, yeah, that's the whole person, yeah, because you become attached like that, you don't want to just let it go. So it's approved that we would, take control of our possession.
All in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion passes. Craig Phillips.
So this is just a request, similar to the CMAQ request, for the approval of the NDOT LPA contract for the city's comprehensive plan. We previously signed the contract with consultant. This is just a contract between LPA and NDOT that lays out the responsibilities of both parties, as well as an amendment to that contract because of a typo on the part of NDOT. We'll do that too, have a separate document drawn up as an addendum. So request for approval of signature of the contract and the addendum.
Motion to approve. Second, discussion. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion passes. Is there a motion to untable a proposal for professional engineering services? So moved. Second, discussion. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion passes to untable the professional engineering services. Jerry Jackson.
This is a general services agreement for Nice Engineering for up to $2,500 a month. And it covers situations where you got a pump issue, that's not working right, that needs some assistance, or just a quick cost estimate for a project that's been proposed. So it's a catch-all. There's many months I don't use it at all. There's some months when I use most of it. We've done this for quite a number of years in the past. I think Walter has a similar agreement. I would recommend
And will we approve the Nice Professional Engineering Services Agreement?
Second, discussion. Obviously, we couldn't vote on this because of the conflict for member Wellmine. So now that you are here, we can take a vote. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Thank you. Other business, the next meeting, Tuesday, March 5th, 2024 at 9 a.m. We hope that member Wellmine feels much better as the day progresses. And any other items for discussion?
Very nice weather, which means there's probably going to be a snowstorm. 14th.
Few of us.
But it's nice to have the sunshine.
Few of us are going to be on our way to U.S. Steel to learn more how we live as a city. We obviously have employees, and they have employees that live in our community, and see what the future looks like for U.S. Steel and how we might be able to help. So
We'll be moving very shortly. Have a motion to adjourn? So, second, all in favor? Aye. Aye.